What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm just going to show some PvE stuff. We kill the young golem, we kill the ancient golem, and we go to the archives library for the first time. Here we're just fooling around. I'm just using my my damage to monster runes on the golem or whatever, just to fool around, just to avoid different. He's a lot easier. The young golem is a lot easier, so you can use some melee, you can use some different classes, I guess, or whatever. As long as you got some damage, you can get damage in different ways. I'm not sure how good this was because when he does the wheel, you know, I can't reach him. I had to switch to a wrath, which does almost very little damage because I'm an assassin. So, and I was doing like I think with berserk and soups, I was doing like 182, 183 damage. When I wasn't, I was doing like 160, I think it was. And the poison, with the poison dagger, was like the poison proc was like 25 damage a second. So I'm not sure how effective I was, if this was better than me using my fire mage. I wish they showed how much damage you did to the boss. That would be really cool. They had somewhere afterwards where you could actually see how much damage you did. But yeah, just fooling around. Yeah, you can just watch the rest. I mean, we take him down pretty quickly, but he's pretty easy once everybody got the strategy down. I mean, the young one was always pretty easy because he doesn't do as much damage, nowhere near the damage that the ancient does, but you still have to be coordinated. I mean, I have seen people die from it, so I'm not going to say just anybody could do it. I like to see, I haven't seen anybody trying to do it with less people. Y'all can let me know in the comments, has anybody tried to take them down with just like maybe 3 people instead of 6, or maybe 4 people? I'm not sure. You would, you math guys out there, y'all can see if it's even possible with the damage. Like, could you get enough damage to take them down with maybe 3 people? Maybe 3 heavily runed people or whatever maybe could take them down. I'm not sure. Couldn't get none of the special buffs, like you can immobilize them to get like more damage. And the Emperor, well, I think they buffed it to like 500 HP instead of 3. But that's still not a lot. You would have to get a lot of procs, so I don't know. In this one, we take down the Ancient, who's significantly harder because he does a lot more damage. I'm not sure if he has more armor. I guess I haven't really paid attention to that. If he has more armor or not, or if he just does more damage. I know that's the main thing. He just does a lot more damage. See, we're using a sorcerer, 2 2 witch doctors and 3 fire mages, I believe. Which is, I think that's the best composition. I mean, for damage or whatever, from what I've seen from other videos and other people doing it. I think that's the best composition because you got the fire mages with the damage, and then you got the witch doctors are a must. You have to have them. Like, you're not gonna take it down without them. I don't think. I haven't seen anybody do that. But yeah, once they put out the strategy, I mean, as long as you have 6 coordinated people, I mean, you can do this, guys. You know, 6 people you can put in the clan to get together. You can do this. The hardest job is on the witch doctors in this stage right here, because they have to make sure they heal everybody after this thing right here. This thing drops on you. If you're a witch doctor, you see my HP there. If the witch doctors don't heal you right, then you'll die. So you don't want to die. Somebody dies, and you definitely can't do it. Somebody goes down, you still can do it, but if somebody dies, then you might as well just reset. But yeah, you can do this, guys. If you got a team of 5 friends that have fire mage and have some, I would suggest fire mage. I mean, you need a sorcerer, you need 2 witch doctors, and I would suggest 2 fire mages. Maybe you could mix a pathfinder or sharpshooter in there. I'm not sure. I don't know. But you definitely need some fire mages. But once you get the classes, I mean, the rest is just coordination, which you can do. You see, once you get together, you get a good team together, and you get coordinated, you can do it. It's pretty easy. Well, it's not easy, but it's doable. But you see there, you see that blow up stage right here. He hits you, your witch doctors have to be on point. They really have to get the skill properly at the right time to heal, or you'll go down. You see here, after about time he does it again, everybody's full HP. So our witch doctors are very good. They're doing an excellent job. Everybody's doing an excellent job. We take them down pretty quickly. So this was actually my first time beating the ancient. I did the young before, but I had never beat the ancient before. It's the same concept between both of them really, but you know, like I said, this one just does a lot more damage, so you just have to be more careful. This is our first visit to the Forbidden Library, the new, I believe they said this was permanent content that they added in the game. Don't hit those buffs. That's the first thing I'll tell you. That's the first mistake we made. Don't hit those buffs. You should save those buffs for the boss, because the mobs, I mean, the mobs are pretty tough because they're the archives mobs, but you'll see here that we pretty much manipulate them the same way that you do the archives. You don't have to, but I mean, I just do it that's just the way I play. I like to play with PvE. I think it's really, no disrespect to anybody, no offense to anybody. I think it's like really stupid to die in PvE, especially in this game, because you can kind of prepare for it a lot, especially if you you've been through it. I mean, you can kind of set stun traps. You can gear up. Like, I mean, if you don't have the gear, I get it. But if you don't like PvP, then this is where you should be using your good gear. I mean, you shouldn't just be saving. If you're not going to PvP with it, then use it here. This is where you use it. I mean, this is a tough challenge, so you should be using max gear. You shouldn't be in here with quilted cloth trying to do it cheaply. I mean, this is like in-game content type thing, so you should use some in-game items. It's all right, man. You can use some of your stuff. It's fine. You use some stuff, you'll get it again. Everything in this game, it's nothing really in this game except these new dragon sets now, but everything in this game is obtainable again. So you don't need to hoard things. I get it. You collect things. I collect things. I like to collect stuff. I like to have, like, a lot of times I won't PvP with something until I have maybe 2 of them or 3 sometimes. But I get it. You like to collect things. But, I mean, collecting and hoarding is 2 different things. You collect things, you got 1 or 2. But if you got 4 or 5 of certain things, then you can afford to use some stuff. People always want you to play cheap, but you don't. I mean, you don't have to play cheap all the time. Like I said, especially if you're not a big PvP player. If you're not a big PvP player, then you can use that purple stuff in these type of situations. Here, the archives, even the forge if you wanted to. I mean, that's up to you. Use your gear, don't save it. Use it. But you can see this, I mean, they buffed all of the archives mobs. So I thought it was just in here where they had shamans and pathfinders, but when we did the regular archives, they had them same mobs in there too. So they basically just buffed all of the archives mobs, but they do a lot of damage on your gear. But like I said, with stun traps, with stun bombs, you see I'm using a 5-shot. We're doing Thrasher with the cleaver. We're doing sharpshooter with the 5-shot, and we're using he's illusionist 4 just in case. I mean, you can do that just in case he needs to reset everything. I wouldn't suggest killing these statues either. We did it because the first one we destroyed, we got a Loki in. So we was thinking we might get lucky again, but we did not. So I wouldn't recommend doing that. They have a lot of HP and they're not really worth it. I don't know. If you can find 1 Loki in, I don't know, it might be worth it. I'm not sure. Depends how many weapons you got or whatever, but they definitely have a lot of HP. But yeah, you see, I put a stun trap at every door. You just come in, try to aggro as many as you can. Hide behind the wall, let them run into that stun trap. You could also carry stun bombs. So you can let them hit that stun trap first. Then you can throw a stun bomb at them, and then you can start attacking them. But like range weapons, cleaver, 5-shot. I mean, he's just doing the illusionist because he's just straight damage. So, but Thrasher is a really good class. He's running Thrasher with the cleaver, and you know, you can run in the room. You can do your leap to stun everybody. You can do your stun barrier to get out of trouble. So Thrasher is really good for Odin's period. Thrasher is really good for Odin's period. I used to do it with Berserk, but I recommend Thrasher now because the little bit of damage that you give up at the end is worth it because you can take less hits with your stun barrier and stuff. So Thrasher is pretty nice for Odin's. But you see, we pretty much, yeah, I mean, we pretty much, I mean, we cleared everything. We cleared every room. We go through every room, we clear everything, and like I said, it's just the same concept of, of the archives. You stun trap the door, you go in, aggro everybody, and then, yeah. try to gather them together. They made it was actually pretty clever the way they put this together, because they made it so the mobs don't really aggro together. So you can't stun trap them both. But even if you can stun trap one or two, even if you can get one or two and you don't get all of them together, it still saves a lot of Dora, especially on those mages, because I don't know, for some reason those mages, they they take a lot of Dora off your gear. I guess with their skills or whatever. I'm not sure if their skills do Dora, waste Dora while they're hitting you or something. I'm not sure.
Hey, let's go. Freedom. Freedom. What? What? hey, hey.